Welcome to Big Flats, Texas. This is episode 14. We're here in February. Last episode, we finished off the fall harvest, sold the crops, and kind of got everything put away for the winter. We got some new equipment, and if you'd like to follow along and see some of the rest of the episodes, Big Flats, Texas, be sure to check down in the description below or in the comments. I'll have a link to the entire playlist. There's lots going on here. And one more thing I want to say as we intro this is that next month we will have a new series and we'll be in a new location, but there'll be information on that coming up. For now, oh yeah, so you can see over there our new purchase, that air cart over there. Yeah, it doesn't like to stay, it's much like our header trailer. It doesn't like to stay in the place where I parked it. That's always what it is. Yeah, here's our main farm. You can see everything's been put away for the winter. We'll get down there in just a moment. Right now, I'm heading to the store to pick up a new tool for the wheel loader as we have some work actually here to do. I'm going to remove that tree and work on some snow removal, get a road built, and things like that. So I'll catch you guys here in a moment. I'm going to go pick up this bucket from the store. Oh, there's not a lot of traffic here in the winter, is there? The town of Big Flats is a little dead in the winter, it appears. Now our fields are empty. As you can see, our fields are still empty. We didn't plant anything in fields 1 or 10. However, field 16, way down southeast of here, we have winter wheat growing. Something we might check on. We'll be going into March here soon, and there will be plenty of things to do in March, which is why I'd like to start working on that road behind the silos. Something we've been talking about for quite some time. I'm sure there's probably, oh yes, there are definitely some things to show you at the farm, which I had totally kind of spaced out. There's a couple pieces of new equipment. For now, we have a bucket waiting for us up here at the store. Move some snow and also, well, move some other things. Plus, it's always handy. I mean, if you have a big wheel loader like this, it's handy to have a bucket. Yeah, you know, this entire drive to the store, I haven't seen a single car on the road. Oh, I spoke too soon. There's a car. I guess people here don't like to drive in the snow. All right, so here's where we want to put our road, and this tree is right directly in the way. Now, we will be using this bucket to, well, for pretty much everything else here. Let's start by getting this out of the way here. You know, let's get some of this snow cleared out around it so I can get the whole stump out of the ground. Just want to make sure I can see the ground. Get the stump out of the way. Not a whole lot of snow, just an inch or two. And it's kind of been melting as it falls. There's never been more than an inch or two of snow on the ground. I think the most I've seen was earlier this month. Probably had about 3 inches at one point. It's about the most that I saw. Just kind of get this out of the way. Alright, that's good. We can see the stump of the tree. I want to get this cut down to the ground. Oh, I didn't get it all. There we go. Oh, because I want to put we're going to cut up some firewood. May as well. It's still cold outside. Shouldn't let good firewood go to waste. So we're going to put that in the bucket. Now let's get this tree cut. Alright, down to the nub. There we go. Now, let's get these branches cut off. This is going to be one of those kind of pain in the butt trees. Just get it whacked up here. Doesn't feel too cold out here. I think some of this snow might melt off before it snows again. It is supposed to snow today, but it's getting on 9 o'clock. It doesn't feel too bad. It's not too bad a morning here. We might see some of this melt before it starts falling again. Let's have a look at the weather and see what it's supposed to look like. It's not snowing until 11 o'clock, but then it's kind of snowing most of the afternoon. That's what the forecast says. That can change though. We'll break that when I get over. When I get that over to the house, we'll just snap that in half. Oh, we got a little piece here. I think that's all. I think that's about all that's left of the tree. Not much, but no need to let it go to waste. So earlier in the winter, I took a drive around the map to have a look at some things, and we found some rare collectibles hiding here and there, which got us a little bit of money. Now, I didn't want to be here and have money that I shouldn't have. Didn't feel right, but at the same time, I worked for hours. I worked very hard to get it, and so I thought a good use of it would be to get some equipment for the farm that we needed, but that wouldn't make a huge difference. If you follow my thinking here, if you see what I'm saying, so there's some firewood for us. So what I did with said money was I got a couple of corn headers for our harvesters, so that when the time comes, we'll have corn headers. It's not, it's not world breaking, it's not world shattering, it's not going to really change our progress here. It's something that we needed all the same. I also, let's see where I parked it. I parked it in here. I went ahead and bought us that grain cart. So you see, we have about the same money as we had last episode, just with a couple of additions in here. I went ahead and I did get us this grain cart. Now, someone asked me about the hitch on the back. Well, there was an option to put a hitch on the back of it, and so I figured, why not? It couldn't hurt to tow along an extra trailer, maybe with some seeds or, well, anything we need to get out to the field. If we need to, when we were harvesting field 1 up there last fall, it was a lot of time you guys didn't see hauling equipment back and forth. With a hitch on the back of our grain cart, it can help expedite the process of moving equipment back and forth. So someone asked me why the hitch. Well, it was an option, and it seemed to me like it could be handy when moving stuff to and from a field. So, yes, I did find myself with a little bit of excess money, and with that money, again, not game breaking, but this is going to help us in the future when we need these. We have 2 John Deere C16F corn headers. They'll come in very handy. So that's kind of the new additions. Other than that, you see we finally get all the equipment repaired, washed, and put away here for the winter, and most of that stuff is going to stay in there for now. Thought I'd show you that. For now, let's get back to work on this road. Yeah, I got most everything tucked into the sheds. The tool shed over there is pretty full. I think the only thing that didn't get put away was, we left the augers out. Alright, so let's get some of the snow moved, just where we're building the road here. Thought about removing some snow elsewhere in the farm, but don't see a huge need for it. There's not been more than an inch or so, like I said earlier, it's not been a whole bunch sticking around. It's been melting pretty fast, and I've not had the need to get any equipment out and moving. Oh, that's where the stump was. I don't think that the stump's not going to be a problem. The bucket caught on it, but it's not going to be enough to stop because what's going to be moving here is going to be equipment with very big tires that probably won't even notice the existence of a tree stump. Oh, it looks like part of that is not our property, so let's just put that there. The other tree up there is, I don't think that's of any consequence. I don't think that tree up there is going to be in our way. I want to get this clear so we can get road through here. Yeah, that tree right there, not in our way. Coming in March, what we're going to be doing is we'll be planting oats in fields 1 and 10. Just kind of push this snow down here. Let's see, where are we not working? We could dump this snow down here. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and get this snow clear. And then we'll be putting in road. Alright, so we got this mostly cleared off here. I tried to get down a little gravel. We can go through this. It's kind of hard to see really what we've got here. Once the snow clears, I can do a little better job. But I got a dirt path. We got some gravel down. We can clean this up once we can see better what it looks like. But for now, we got us a nice little path to bring down our bins around behind the silos. Alright, for now, we still got snow on the ground, still snow forecast. Let's go ahead and get down to the cattle farm and check on our cattle out there in the pens. You ever think how much, like, what it must be like for those poor cows out there all winter? You know, I often drive by the ranches sometimes when it's really, really cold in the winter. I've lived in some pretty cold places before. I've lived in places where it sometimes gets minus 20, minus 40 below. And you'd see all the, drive past ranches. Well, yeah, there's tens of thousands of acres of cattle ranches, right? And you're driving through in the morning and it's like negative 20 or negative 30 right when the sun's coming up. And all the cows are standing out there and their backs are just covered in snow. And boy, how did they... I don't know. Sometimes I just think, boy, these poor cattle, how did they do it? I don't know. Well, let's see how our cattle are doing here in Big Flats. It doesn't get that cold here, not anywhere near that cold, but they've got to be chilly nonetheless. Let's get them some warm, freshly cooked TMR. We've had TMR cooking in that big silo there since November. Should have plenty that we can feed to the cattle. Now, we don't have any new cattle. I wanted to wait till it got a little bit warmer out. Once we get our oats planted, we'll have some time between planting the oats and harvesting our wheat. We'll have some time. Well, there's a little bit of snow. There's just enough that I can kind of see my tracks where we were driving earlier. Yeah, it's kind of collected here on the cattle farm. Let's go ahead. We're going to be driving this semi through here, getting some TMR. Oh, okay. Well, not that much, just a couple inches. Let's get some of this snow up where we'll be driving the truck. Don't have a snow plow yet. All we got's the bucket. Let's see, how is our TMR? Well, it is still cooking. We can take a little bit to the cows. We can take them each a little bit. You know what we're short on? We're short on straw. That's what it is. And that's waiting for our wheat to be harvested in field 10. And it's not for a couple months yet. I put a lot of silage and hay in there. We are short straw. Well, they're not hurting for food, but they could use some food. Let's see, we don't have any... No, all the tractors are back at the... Yeah, all the tractors are back at the other farm. I'd like to get some snow out of the way for the semi, so I'm going to clear a little path here for the semi to get through. But it's only... It looks like a lot when I'm dumping it out of the bucket, but it's really not. You can see here it's really not a lot of snow. I don't think we'll have any problems with the truck. Let's get a path clear for the truck so we can get some feed to the cattle. I probably should have got a snow plow. Maybe we'll see about that. But this snow is really, it's not going to be a huge problem. We're in February. See, it doesn't even go all the way to the doors. All right, let's get that open. And, well, you know what? I was just down at the tractor farm, and I was going to use the semi as I just said I was, right? Well, there's no trailer down there. I had to come down here anyway. So this will be better. This will be better anyway. We won't have any problems in the snow with the tractor. There's not much. I had to come down here anyway. I would have had to come down anyway to get the trailer. So we'll just take the tractor down there and we'll use the forage wagon. And then I would like to check, yeah, I want to check on that wheat down there. And then we might move a little farther, move into March. March will be a busy month for us. Hopefully, that is, assuming the snow's gone and assuming the ground is not too hard, we could start planting. That's cool. This trailer is easier to dump in. See, you can already see some grass poking through there where we've been running over the snow. This trailer is much easier to dump into the cattle anyway. All right, where is your feed trough? All right, here you go, ladies. Have some. All right, there we go. Back it up a little. Let's get some to these cows over here. There we go. And they're still fine on water, which is good. We don't want to have too much water out here outside in the winter. All right, let's get this put away, and then I'd like to go have a look at the wheat on field 16. And see the cattle out here, they don't seem to mind it. Oh, they're well fed. And how have they been doing health-wise? Yeah, reproduction 50%. So we're getting there slowly. All right. Well, I'm headed back home. I actually was going to go down to field 16, but there's quite a bit of snow. I called the county, and they said they've had a few calls too, and they're going to send out some snow plows. We're going to come back and check this in March. The wheat is going to be good anyway. The wheat's not going to be ready till harvest. Not going to be ready for harvest until spring. Let's go ahead and see how everything is in March. All right, happy March, everyone. Everything has been good here. The snow cleared up around mid-February. We've even had some rain since then. And it's looking like this spring might be kind of a rainy spring on and off. Anyway, there's rain predicted on and off in the forecast, although not for today. We can get started on planting. Having a look at our crop calendar here, I've decided, well, oats, we can go ahead and we can plant oats now. And we can actually get the oats maybe even harvested in time to plant something else. However, unlikely, but we can get some oats down now. That'll also give us straw. Be a lot of good income for that. Now our fields, let's check the status of our fields while we're here. I don't think they're going to need, they don't need any lime or anything. Field 1 should be, the same. And in fact, our fertilization even kind of looks good. 1 pass of fertilizer should pretty much do it around the time of planting. And, well, we can have a look. I want to have a look at our wheat. But before we head down to field 16, let's see. Yeah, these fields look pretty good. The field is still in a good state. We can just drill the seeds directly into the field here. We might have to do some field prep work after this planting, but for now, we're good. Let's see how our road looks back here that I put in. You could only really kind of do the road where I cleared the snow, but I think, this looks okay. This is pretty good looking. It was kind of hard to see with all the snow around, but that's a decent looking little road we have put in there. All right, let's head down to field 16 and let's see how our wheat's doing. Now, come spring, when we harvest this wheat, all the straw is going to be going to our cattle. We won't be selling any of this straw. It's all going to be for our cattle. The grain, of course, we will be selling, maybe putting into productions. It's actually possible because it won't be going to sell until next winter. So by that time, we might have a stake in some productions down at the mill. But our wheat's looking good. Mostly just kind of like healthy grass at the moment. Yeah, that's pretty good. So, I guess that means we can start planting our oats, that is, on fields 1 and 10. And that is going to be our project for the rest of this month. So let's go and let's start. Well, we need to start by, let's get the sheds. Well, yeah, it's March. It's warming up. Things will start sprouting soon. Let's get our shed doors open and let's get our tools out. All right, one thing I want to do in the spirit of getting tools out, we are going to be using our new air cart, which is not where I parked it. Let's see if we can get this positioned. Let's see here. We're going to want to get that filled. That's not filled yet. So let's see what we've got in the tool shed here. Got a lot of stuff crammed in here over the winter. We're going to want to get this stuff out. And this right here should be our friend for loading the air cart. We've had this all along. Originally bought this for filling the lime spreader, but we've not been using that, not for months now. We're going to want this tractor to run the seeder. Not too much to move around. There's just a few things crammed over there. We're going to get the mother bin out, and we're going to pull that draper out for sure. Oh, we're going to want to watch this turn. Don't want to get it caught in the doorway. And this can go back, and it's actually, now that we have that road, we can park this back behind the bins. The road is pretty much made for this mother bin. Now, the next time we use this is going to be on the wheat field, so we may as well go ahead and point it south. But the road is for moving this, and as long as, yeah, may as well just park this back here out of the way. It's really the only thing we need the road for. Oh, and I'm just reminded as I drove by the bins, I'm going to want to keep an eye on the calendar. June should be the time. It's a couple months from now. It'll be in a little bit, but we got soybeans over there that we're going to want to sell this spring. Also, we do have the money for a tractor. If you recall in last episode, I suggested you guys give me an idea what tractor you think we could use on the farm. We've got a few options, all of which would be helpful. Thought your guys' input would be cool on that decision. Otherwise, we can see if something goes on sale or if something nearby is handy. Let's park this back here. We never use this door, so we can park this back here. Yeah, that header trailer up there is having similar problems as the air cart. It likes to not stay where I parked it. I did park that. That was parked pretty much where that draper is. Yeah, that header trailer is not much use, save for just moving the header from field to field. But that's the thing. As annoying as that trailer is, we need it to move the header. All right, now our fertilizer trailer here. Well, let's get out. Let's get it out in the front yard. It seems we're always needing this parked somewhere. So let's get it out in the front yard so that when we do need it, it'll be handy and nearby our fertilizer refill tank, our main fertilizer tank over there. All right, let's get this hitched up. Let's get it pulled let's get this pulled out in the open. Yeah, let's get this out here because we're going to be using this here really soon. We're going to be using this. We just need to get it filled first. This right here looks like a pretty decent place to get it filled. Let's go ahead and swap tractors. The big bud's all warmed up now. Let's get it moved over there. We'll be using the John Deere here to pull the smaller seeder. We're going to use this to pull the big machinery. Now, is that going to be the fertilizer tank or is that the seed tank? Well, we'll find out. And sure enough, we need the JCB already, of course. We're going to get that. We're going to get our field tender out there and get our air cart filled up. Let's see, what do we have? Let's see what we have in this wagon right now. It's got seeds in it. Let's go ahead and fill it the rest of the way with seeds. We got a pretty big capacity on that air cart, so let's get us a decent amount of seeds. We're gonna need it. All right, there we go. Now this is still not gonna fill our air cart, but it'll give us a good start. It's the best way I have to fill this big machine. Hopefully we got it on the right compartment. We'll find out here. There we go. We got seeds going into the air cart there. That's probably only going to... Well, we're going to call that... Once we get this emptied, that should be good. It'll hold more. There we go. Let's get some the rest of the seeds in there. And let's have a look at how much this fills us to capacity. This thing holds a lot, but that was a lot of seeds that we bought. That's got to be enough. And then we'll get the fertilizer. Let's go ahead and be ready to switch this. Once that's done filling, there we go. So let's go ahead and swap this over to the fertilizer tank. Fertilizer's in front. All right, so let's go fill this with fertilizer. Well, I've not been using the solid fertilizer, and we didn't have any. So let's get a good amount of that to go with the seeds. Ooh. Field maintenance is expensive, but we've got big fields. There we go. Got the rest of it going in now. Let's see how we're doing here. Soon we'll be able to use this for the first time. And that includes the seed drill. We haven't used it yet because we were waiting for the air cart. Been waiting for all this for a very long time. All right. We can put this back. Let's put it over here for now. For the first time, let's get this out to the field. And without further ado, let's break out the seeder. There we go. Let's get this all fixed up. We're going to be seeding oats. Now, as I said in the last fall, when we're seeding with this, we're only going to be worrying about the big areas in the field. I'm not going to try to turn this around anywhere near the ends and the corners of the field. That's why we have the John Deere over there hooked up to our 13-meter seeder. It's still a pretty big seeder, but nothing much compares with the size of this guy. Now, there's not much to be said for backing this up. I should have thought of that before I parked it where I did. Well, let's get this unfolded here. We got room? Yeah, I believe so. I believe this is 23 meters in width. All right, it's ready to go. All right, oats, here we go. And this thing can really kill the field with width. It'll make quick work of this. What a beautiful sight. Let's have a look in the cab here. That's gorgeous. I'm not sure if I said it last episode or not, but this is not something I want to hire out for two reasons. One, I've had pretty bad luck hiring unreliable workers here on the farm. And also, this thing is too darn much fun to pull. That would definitely be the other reason. So, I want to keep this thing in a constant state of forward motion. What with it being impossible to back up. So, we're driving it ourselves. Up and down this field, you know, well, keeping constant motion, you know, we're not backing up. I'm not worrying about the headlands. That's what the John Deere is for with the smaller seeder. So keeping constant motion, looping back and forth foreseeably, not too long for this field. We'll have oats planted. Let's have a look at this here. Wow, this is just incredible. These are the kind of tools that we needed. We can come over, I can hire a worker for a quick spray after this, a fertilizer. Well, maybe after one stage of growth. We'll let it grow a little bit. See if we can see the seeder working here. All the little seed drills. I forget how many rows this thing is. A lot. We've got three separate rows of drills. I forget how many total it is, as they're all alternating. All right, time for the big turnaround here. Not bad at all, you know. It's not bad at all. And we're using the right tractor. We're using the X9. I would have had a little more problems turning it around. That was actually able to turn around pretty good. I'm not going to have many missed spots with this, I don't think. You know, we can look at investing in a larger field. This spring, when we sell those soybeans, I think it's time to invest in a new field. Even though we may not have all the equipment we need, we're always needing for some kind of equipment, right? But really, when it comes to agriculture, the best investment you can always make, every single time, best investment you can make is land. Because land is the investment that constantly gives back, you know? So just year after year after year, and we may sink close to $1 million in the piece of land, but that land will pay off forever. It's always a good investment. I really could use another tractor though. Like maybe something with some power, something with narrow wheels, like row crop wheels, is really kind of what I'm looking for. Another tractor with row crop wheels would be great. I'm kind of leaning towards maybe an 8R. But there's lots of other options. All Alright, now we get ready to turn around again here. I don't have to cut it so close to the edge of the field. So we're always going to come back by with the other seeder. Yeah, off a little bit. There we go. This is covering way better area towards the headlands than I thought it would. However, we don't have much. There's not much to hit at the ends of this field. When we're working over, which we will be later, working over in field 1, a lot trickier. There's a neighbor that lives there. We're gonna have to avoid his yard. And on the other end, there's the street. There's road signs. There's the store right there. I'll have to turn a little shorter on those. But look how much. Well, this is only the 3rd pass, but if you think about it, the boom arms on our fertilizer sprayer don't reach much farther than this. It's just great to have really big, handy tools like this. But then again, did you see how much it costs to fill this thing with seed and fertilizer? We spent over $60,000 to fill this with seed and fertilizer. So I'm hoping this lasts us through both of these fields. All right, let's turn this around up here. Like so. Try to get a little better at it here. Oh, nicely done, like a ballet. All right, I'm going to keep doing this field. We're going to get this field all planted with oats, and then I will meet you guys at field 1 next episode. Thanks so much for following along here in Big Flats, Texas. It's in March, and we are planting oat on our fields. I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Don't forget to comment below. Leave me your input on what you think about the series. If you like the videos, hit that like button and help support the channel with that, and a subscription if you want to follow along. There's a link to the rest of the series at the end screen of this video, which is probably showing by now. Guys, thanks so much for watching. Here at CCM29, there's lots of cool things coming up. Definitely things planned for next month. Keep an eye out for that. We'll have a trailer for something new coming up here in a few days. For now, see you later on Big Flats, Texas.